Hello and welcome to my first What I Eat in a Day video. As usual, we start the day with a nice cup of coffee. This one is quite literally a cup of joe because it's Trader Joe's coffee. And if you don't think French press is better than drip coffee, you're wrong. I think that French press is just so much easier and you save on waste because you don't have to buy coffee filters. And then I am basic and I also drink my coffee with pumpkin spice cream from Starbucks. And this video is mostly vegan, but this coffee creamer is not because... So I just enjoyed my coffee while I taught my 3 classes for VIP Kid this morning. Wasn't too many in comparison to the weekend. And then I always take these 3 supplements before eating my breakfast in the morning, just so that I don't forget. And as the coffee addict that I am, I made some more coffee. And this time I put it in a to-go mug just because today I had to go get my oil changed in my car, just adult things, and so I decided that while I waited for my car to be done, I would just eat my breakfast, drink my coffee with pumpkin spice cream because... That's the last time I make that joke, I swear. But then I just got my coffee ready to go with its lid, and then I also took these little oat things for breakfast. Very professional name, I know, but I will go ahead and show you how I made these right now. So I just plopped an unspecified amount of pumpkin into a bowl. This is just what I had left over from another recipe. And I also realized I need to figure out a better way to set up my tripod so that I don't send you guys into an earthquake every single time I tap the bowl, but that's for the next video to figure out. And then I just added some oats, again an unspecified amount. I think I added more later too. I just added oats until the batter was a sticky enough consistency but still thick enough to hold its shape. And I just mixed that. And then I added this super seed blend, which is like hemp seeds and flax seeds and some dried coconut. And I just kind of add this to everything that I bake because it's a super easy way to add superfood. Same with these chia seeds. They go in like everything I eat. And then it was time to spice it up, so I just added, I think I added cinnamon and allspice and cloves and ginger. And as per usual, I did not measure any of them. I just kind of sprinkled them in until it looked good, so I definitely added a lot more cinnamon than the other spices, just because I know that's what I like. And then I just mixed that all together to try and work it into the wet pumpkin. And then for a little bit more moisture, I added some pure maple syrup. I didn't really have very much of this left, so I just hoped it was enough, and again, I did not measure it. Also, the benefit of living alone is that once I was done pouring, I got to just lick the bottle. And then I added some cacao nibs because this is how I make things taste like chocolate without adding sugar, and they actually taste pretty good. This is what they look like. And I had honestly never even tried cacao nibs or knew what they were until I went to Costa Rica and went to a chocolate farm and basically got to see the fruit before they dry it out, and then cacao nibs are just the dried out cacao beans before they, add a bunch of milk and sugar. So, yeah. Then I just greased some muffin tins because I was too lazy to roll them into balls. So I just greased these 12 muffin tins and, of course, spread the oil around the muffin tin because I used to be so lazy that I wouldn't even do this, and all of my muffins would always stick, and I'd always be like, oh my god, why? So yeah, then I just pressed the pumpkin oat mixture into the base of the tin and tried to make sure that there was an even amount in each one so that they would bake evenly. And then once I was finished, my fingers looked like I had stuck them in a baby's diaper, but we will ignore that. And I just baked these for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Then I took my car to get an oil change, and while I waited, I just walked downtown and sat next to the library to bum the Wi-Fi to work on my course while I waited, and then I got hungry, so I walked back and stopped at my favorite restaurant downtown called The Little One and got a green chili and corn tamale, some chips and salsa, some rice, some beans, and then I just, enjoyed it thoroughly while awkwardly recording myself just to give you guys the full experience. But then after I finished recording, I just sat here and listened to an audiobook called Breath. Highly recommend, by the way, and enjoyed my tamale. I think tamales are definitely my favorite Mexican food, and I really wish someone would teach me how to make them correctly, because there is such thing as a wrong tamale. And then once I was finished eating, my car was finished, and so I went to go pick it back up.
Transition.
So when I got home, I was very hungry, so I decided to make a soup. This time I did follow a recipe, so that will be linked down below, but I started by sauteing some onions in some water instead of oil, and then I added some chopped celery and chopped bell peppers. And I just gave that a quick little stir before adding some sweet potatoes. And also stirred that up and added some more water to the pot to make sure that the water came up to the level of the vegetables. Then I just added the lid and brought it to a boil while I rinsed some Great Northern white beans. These were honestly just about to expire in my pantry, so I figured I should use them up in a video. Also, if you don't rinse canned beans, you're kind of gross. That's just my opinion, but yeah, so I just rinsed these white beans to make sure I got all of the bean goop juice off, and then I just tapped that off to dry. And then I checked on my veggies and added some garlic. I probably should have added this at the beginning with the sauteing, but I honestly forgot and I wasn't going to just leave it out, so I added it when I remembered. And then I added a bunch of spices. Again, you know me, I did not measure these. So I added thyme, and then this is ground rosemary. And then I also added this seasoning from Trader Joe's. That's a vegan chicken flavor. Some basil. And then I just gave this all a stir and this honestly smelled so good right now, but I also decided to add some vegan bouillon. It's basically just like concentrated vegan broth, and so I just added this weird, gross, poop-looking paste to the water to give it even more flavor. Then I added my rinsed white beans and gave that a stir as well. Then I turned the heat up and brought the soup to a boil. Then I decreased the heat and put the lid on to allow the sweet potatoes to cook fully. Then after about 10 minutes, I added some chopped spinach just to give it that extra nutrients. And then I just added the lid and brought it back to a simmer just to wilt the spinach completely. And once it was done, I gave it another stir. And it looked to be done, so I just turned the heat off and served myself a nice heaping bowl. Now that I'm watching this, I definitely should have used my ladle, but yeah, oh well. And then what is soup without some toast? So I just added some multigrain sourdough bread to my toaster. And made some toast. Hey, it's my face, not my food. Actually, my food is still here and I'm still eating the same soup because it's now, 4 days later? I've been eating the same soup for 4 days. This is the one drawback of living alone, but I get to live alone, so I can't complain. But I'm getting kind of bored of this soup, and I had the epiphany today to add sriracha, because I basically add sriracha to everything now, and I don't know how I made it the first 18 years of my life without knowing what sriracha was. So yeah, I just put some of that in the soup, mixed it all in. Hopefully it tastes good because I put a lot in. And we'll do a little comparison. I know I didn't tell you about the first time that I ate the soup, but yes. I'm sorry my mouth was full, but yes. That is so much better. Insert sriracha in your original recipe if you like spice, because wow. If you can't tell, I'm thoroughly happy with the sriracha. Also, if you're wondering, yes, I am eating at my teaching desk. Not because I'm teaching tonight, but my dining table is covered in plants. Now you know, I've gotten that off my chest. I also did buy some new plants this week. So that means that I can do a plant video. That's the main reason that I bought more plants. I just wanted to make a plant haul video. But this channel cannot turn into a plant channel because I would end up with an entire jungle in here, and I'm still trying to move abroad, so we don't need that. We need to be patient and wait until we can move to the actual jungle. I just need to tell myself these things to keep my sanity. But in case you were wondering, I am also having a beverage, not a cool beverage, a LaCroix, but it's a peach pear. I've been drinking these the last week and I still didn't remember. Tastes like a LaCroix. Do LaCroix actually taste different from one another, or like, do I just not have developed taste buds because I've burned them all off with sriracha? Either or, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Anyways, like I said, I am in my classroom, so that reminds me, I need to film another video about VIP Kid, my like whole month of October summary. I actually made more than I expected to, which is great, but that video will include how much I made and some pretty funny stories because kids are some interesting creatures. So I'll be having like a story time at the end of that video. But if you're interested in seeing that, or seeing all of my houseplants, or seeing more what I eat in a day videos once I finish this soup, or if you're just here for yoga, I mean, either way, let me know what you want to see down in the comments. Yoga is my main thing, but I figured I would share a little bit of my life to be like, hi, hello, this is me. So if you're interested, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you know when I post another video. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribed and shared my channel with a friend who also might enjoy my life or my yoga. And if you enjoyed this video specifically, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what you want to see next. I think I already said that, but that's because I need more ideas, please. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.